Okay, I've got a question for you. Have you ever actually seen a dog fly? I'm not talking about some superhero cartoon. I mean, for real, a dog launching itself off a dock with the power of a world-class athlete? Well, get ready, because we're about to dive into the absolutely wild, high-energy world of dock diving. And it all comes down to this one moment, that sound. It's the payoff for all the speed, all the power, and just pure, unfiltered dog joy. It's no wonder this is one of the fastest growing dog sports on the entire planet. It's just incredible. I mean, just imagine it for a second. The smell of chlorine mixed with that classic wet dog smell, the sound of paws thundering down the wooden dock, and then that split second of silence right before the huge splash. The energy at these events is just, it's electric. It's this amazing celebration of the bond between people and their crazy water-loving dogs. All right, so how on earth did this organized chaos, this beautiful mess, turn into a legit professional sport? Well, I'll tell you this, it definitely didn't start in some fancy stadium. Nope, it all began with some good old-fashioned fun. Dogs just leaping off boat docks. And one little event that, well, nobody had any idea was about to change everything. In the way it grew is just mind-blowing. Think about it. In 1997, it's just a showcase. Kind of like a, hey, look at this cool thing. Then, just 1 year later, in '98, a lab named Scooter makes a huge 20-foot jump at Purina Farms, and boom, the sport is officially born. From there, it just took off. By the early 2000s, we're talking national titles, real prize money, big-name sponsors, and now it's a global sport you can watch on ESPN. That is some serious growth.
Okay, so while every event ends with that satisfying splash, not all jumps are created equal. The sport's actually built around three main events, or disciplines, and each one tests a totally different kind of canine superpower. So let's get into it.
So first up, you've got big air. This is the one everybody knows and loves. It's basically the long jump for dogs. The handler and dog get this massive running start down a 40-foot dock. The handler hurls a toy, and the dog just launches. It's a pure test of speed and explosive power. And get this, they measure the jump from the end of the dock right to where the base of the dog's tail hits the water. So cool. Then you have extreme vertical. And yeah, it's exactly what it sounds like, the high jump. They hang a bumper over the pool and the dogs have to sprint, jump straight up, and snatch it. With every successful jump, they raise the bumper higher. It takes this insane mix of raw power and laser-focused accuracy to grab that thing out of the air.
And rounding it all out is speed retrieve. This one is just a flat-out sprint. Forget distance, forget height. This is all about the clock. There's a target at the far end of the pool, the light turns green, and the dog just explodes down the dock, hits the water, swims like a torpedo, and grabs the target. The best dogs do this in under 4 seconds. It's just pure, heart-pounding action.
But a sport is really about its athletes, right? And dock diving has some truly legendary ones. We're talking about inspiring stories, underdogs, veterans, dogs that just steal your heart every time they step on the dock. First up, let's talk about Misfit the Whippet. His nickname? The Rescued Rocket. How perfect is that? This dog's story is just wow. He was a rescue from a shelter, and he went on to become an AKC silver medalist. His personal best jump is a staggering 32 feet. It just proves that champions really can come from anywhere. Sometimes all it takes is a second chance and a really, really good game of fetch. And on the other end of the spectrum, you've got Titan the Labrador. He's a hero for a completely different reason. Get this, he didn't even start dock diving until he was 9 years old, and he became an absolute legend in the sport. He's living proof that age is just a number, and it's never too late to find your calling. What an icon for senior dogs everywhere. And really, that's what this sport is all about. This quote from champion Adriana Nottestad just nails it. We celebrate every jump, every personal best. It's not just competition, it's family. It really sums up the whole vibe. It's less about cutthroat competition and more about this amazing community that just wants to see every dog do their best. Everyone's cheering for everyone else. So, after hearing all that, I bet some of you are looking over at your own dog on the couch and thinking, I wonder, could my dog do that? And you know what? The answer is a definite maybe. This sport is way more accessible than you might think, so let's chat about what it would take to get started. No, seriously, think about it for a second. Is your dog obsessed with water? Does it go absolutely bonkers for a tennis ball or a favorite toy? If you're sitting there nodding along, well, you might just be looking at the next dock diving champ. Okay, so if you're curious, here's the game plan. It's pretty straightforward. Step 1, and this is a big one, talk to your vet. You gotta make sure your dog's joints are healthy and up for it. Step 2, obedience is key. A rock-solid stay and a reliable recall are non-negotiable for safety. Then step 3, make sure they're actually comfortable in the water. And finally, the fun part. Find a local club, a great resource is nadd.org, and go to a try it day. It's the best way to see if your dog is really into it. And of course, safety is everything. You've got to protect your star athlete, right? A life jacket is a must, not just for floating, but it gives you a handle to help them out of the pool. Paw wax is a lifesaver for hot dog surfaces. And you'll want some quick, dry towels to help keep those ears healthy and infection-free. A lot of people also use joint supplements to cushion all that impact. It's all about keeping them happy and healthy for the long run. All right, so we've covered a ton of ground here. The history, the different events, some amazing canine heroes, and even how you could dip your own toes, or paws, into the water. And you might be wondering where all this awesome info came from. Every single detail, every one of these incredible stories, it all comes from one place. Yep, this whole deep dive was inspired by a fantastic article in the award-winning Dogzilla magazine. These guys do an amazing job of digging up and sharing the most fascinating stories from all corners of the dog world. And don't just take my word for it, they've got the hardware to prove it. Dogzilla was actually named the best online dog magazine of 2025 by Lux Life magazine. So yeah, you're getting top-tier quality stuff from a source that really knows their dogs. And it's not just cool sports stories like this. They cover literally everything. We're talking expert guides on health and nutrition, practical training tips, inspiring rescue stories. They even break down the latest science and research. It's basically your one-stop shop for everything you'd ever want to know as a dog owner. So whether today's story has you itching to find the nearest dog, or you just want to learn more about the amazing creatures sleeping at your feet, the real question is, are you ready to discover your own dog's inner hero? If you want to explore a whole world of stories just like this and get expert advice to help your dog live their absolute best life, you've got to check out doggozilla.com. Go on, give it a look. Who knows what you'll discover?